we're getting into. What is the paper called? What is the paper called? Income tax laws. Income tax laws. So the paper here is income tax laws. I think it's too early to decide what is income. It's too early to decide what is income. Let's break it down a little bit and let's understand the other two words. Let's understand the other two words. What are the other two words? Tax and laws. Which one seems easier? Laws seem easier. Laws seem easier. You can tell me what is the law? Foundation படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. Incite students are you? Anyone from Foundation Incite here? All Karthik's are favorites, huh? I thought so. See, that is the second reason why I am taking the first batch. The problem is whenever Karthik comes inside, for some reason everyone becomes their favorite. Everyone? He becomes everyone's favorite. He becomes everyone's favorite. So this time I'm battling out with him and we are in a competition about who becomes the favorite faculty. Who becomes the favorite faculty. So I'm going to try my best to pull you all to my side. Pull you all to my side. Karthik is going to come in on a later day. So I'm trying to gain the advantage. At least not from the foundation students, but from the new batch. Yes? Let's quickly understand. We're looking at income tax laws. What is the term we're going to break? We're going to break the term laws. Who can tell me what is a law? Policy framed for compliance, which means what? So you are doing something for okay. Anyone else? See, I don't want the definition. Trust me, that is not a part of the syllabus also. Colloquial terms. What is a law? Rules and regulations. Why do you need rules and regulations? What is the issue? Why should it be followed? See, today I am telling you, you have to be here at 7 o'clock. You don't come at 7 o'clock. You come at 7:05. Big deal. If I tell you get out of the class, you'll tell me who are you to tell me that? Correct? Huh? Will you tell me that? Don't tell me that. Point being, what we are doing is rules. I gave you a set of rules. Yes? For you to follow that or not follow that, who decides? If I come and tell you, give me 100 rupees every day, will you give it to me? If the government comes and tells you, give me 100 rupees every day, can you give it to him? You have to give it to him, no? See, that is where to put it in very colloquial terms, law is basically a rule which has been formalized. For everyone to ensure that they adhere to it. For everyone them to ensure that they adhere to it. If they don't adhere to it, that is one of the consequences. The point being, if you don't adhere to it, the world can go into chaos. For those who have been in foundation with Karthik, he would have given you some traffic example, Motor Vehicles Act. I've seen that lecture. Point being, let's say simple. Simply put, there is no law. You have come in the world, you have a car. Does anyone have a preference of a car? I have a preference, I like BMW. Yes? So in future, somewhere I want to buy a BMW. So let's say today morning, I don't have a BMW, but let's say I have a BMW. I come to the class, it's very late, it's 6:56, I have to reach the class. I see a red light, I don't care there is a red light, I cross the red light and I come. What will happen? I might hit someone. Okay, there is no one on the road, 6:56 in the morning. Can I cross a red light? Who told you that? Huh? Government na Modi ji hai. Today I stand, Modi ji is here. Bhaiyo aur behno, kal se red light cross karna matlab dikkat. That's what happened. No? What is government na enarpo? ஏதோ நீங்க 9th standard social studies civics படிச்சிருப்பீங்க மாதிரி பேசுறீங்க. Who decided? You're telling me red light should not be crossed. Who decided? Summa, one random police officer someday he came. Boss, இனிமேல red light cross பண்ணா 100 ரூபாய் எனக்கு பாக்கெட்ல கொடுக்கணும். ஒத்துக்கிட்டீங்களா? Who decided? What is the problem? If I cross the red light, what is the problem? If someone comes to me and tells me, Rahul, you should not cross the red light, the first question as an Indian I will ask, na pannalo nee enna panna pora? Correct? The first question which will ask is, na pannalo nee enna panna pora? Why? What is the problem? Imagine this world. You keep crossing red lights. No one cares about it. Like she told, the first thing which will happen is you will go and hit someone. That is a world of chaos. And that's why unestablished rules had to be prepared to say that if you have to control traffic, you have to not cross red light. Who decided that? Government decided. Who is government? Is Modi government? That's what you tell, no? Modi government did this today. So you sat in the parliament and you made the law. Okay, right. Yes. So the officers of the government have decided. Government is, as he said, you would have read it in civics. Law is for the people, of the people, by the people. Yes. So government is us. We are the government. We are paying the government for them to do services. But it's definitely not possible that 30 crore people go and sit in the parliament, make decisions for you. So who does it? Representatives. Who are the representatives? Politicians. One among them is Mr. Narendra Modi. Yes. The point being, Motor Vehicles Act was enacted because of that. And in Motor Vehicles Act, they have come and defined that if you cross a red light, there will be a penalty for you. So why law is important? It is a set of rules and regulations to ensure that you adhere to public. You do something which is not against the general public, Yes. By law. We decided what is law. Now we have also spoken about by law. Let me give you a Wikipedia definition, not a part of syllabus, but a Wikipedia definition. It reads, the principles and regulations established in a community by some authority and applicable to its people, whether in the form of legislation or a sort of customs, policies recognized and enforced by judicial decision. Okay. So much words. Principles, regulations, community, authority, legislation, customs, policies, recognized, judicial decision. What do you understand? You want me to read the definition again? That's what I told you, rules and regulations which has been established for adhering to a law. Now this is one sort of things. Now we have not gone into Motor Vehicles Act. Let's divert for a bit. You are in India. There are a lot of beliefs in India. Yes, one among the simple belief in my family at least is there. On Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, you do not cut your nails or cut your hair. Do you have this belief? Is there written in law? Why are we following it? It's a tradition. What happens if you don't follow? Can this be called a law? Simple. My parents decided Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, you should not cut your nails, you should not cut your hair. Can this be called a law? Why? It's there in all Hindu families. So you will adhere to a law only if there is punishment and penalty. So if it is enforced, only you do it. Okay. So let's divert a bit. You go to courts. You have seen a court? High court. I will sue you in court. Yes. You see a judge. The judge has this policy that whenever someone is talking, he will bang his He'll bang his gavel and he'll say, order, order, silence in the court. Is it written in some law? Does he have to do it? Or is he choosing to do it? What if he doesn't do it? So is that a law? After you pronounce a death sentence, the judge is also required to break his pen. Have you heard this concept? In high courts or the Supreme Court, if someone is sentenced to death, the judge will immediately break his pen nib. Break his pen nib. Is it given in law? Civil Procedures Act, Civil Procedures Code, I think it's called. Civil Procedures Code, it says, if someone is being hanged to death, please break your pen nib. Is it given? Is it a law? Anyone on the Zoom, what do you think? Is it a law? There are two answers, yes or no, that's all. No. Anyone? Yes. I'm in yes. See, the point is, law is not required for you to be enacted by a legislation. Yes. Imagine a situation long back, very long back, when government itself was not there. Who was ruling the world? Did they formalize everything? They wrote in paper, you have to give me dowry. It was not given anywhere. Was it a law back then? Or can you go and tell the king, can you tell the king that? So is it required that someone has to enforce it? Is it required that someone has to enforce it? Think about it logically. It's not a part of his syllabus, definitely not a part of syllabus. I'm just opening mine today. Can you call those laws? Is what a king decides called a law? You just told me that it has to be enforced, this and that. What do you think now? Coming back to the same, our high court decisions now. You break a pen nib. Your mother says don't cut hair. Can you call it a law? Still no, huh? Still no. The answer is yes. You can definitely look at the definition itself. Do you see the word customs? What do you mean by customs? Someone gave me the word actually some time back. It's called traditional practices. Yes. See, it's not, that's the problem with Indians. You know, the problem with Indians is that if you bring in something in India, the next thing you have to also ensure that you have to bring in what happens if you don't. Yes. You bring in a regulation, the first thing you have to tell them is that if you don't do this, then this will happen. If you don't bring in that, people will think it is not important. People will think it is not important. That does not make the difference. Trust me, that does not make the difference. Okay. It is not necessary that for you to follow something, there should be a set regulations and definitely a penalty to it. It is not necessary that you have a penalty for it. Because if you are looking for penalty, that means you are trying to evade it for the first place. Yes, the intention is never to evade but to comply. Intention is never to, intention is never to, what happened? Intention is never to evade but to comply. Yes, so it is not necessary that someone has to formalize it. Someone has to formalize it, give a penal provisions for it. It is enough that if it is customs also, that is also can be called a law. That can also be called a law. Will there be a downside to it? The answer is no. Yes, my mom is not going to throw me out of the house if I cut my hair on a Tuesday. The judge is not going to retire because he broke his pen nib. He did not break his pen nib. So that might not be any penal provisions to it. There might not be any penal provisions to it, but that does not mean that it is not to be followed. You still have to follow it. So the point is that when someone brings in something for you as a rule and a regulation, and you choose to follow it, that itself is good enough for it to call a law. Yes. Third, why are we reading laws? Why is a CA or a CMA reading a law? What do you think? You have to read laws. Now we are not going to go into the traditional family laws. Cutting hair and all is not what we're going to read. We're going to read some actual established laws. We're going to read some actual established laws. Why is that CAs are only doing it or CMAs are only doing it? Science students will not pay tax. Huh? Science students no tax. Huh? They will also pay tax. Why are you only reading it? Why are they not reading it? Is it not the law of India? Or they have given it somewhere that law has to be read only by CAs and CMS? BCom also they read, no? Someone from BCom here? You have read it in BCom, no? They told you? Why is the CA, CMA, BCom student reading laws? Who can think about an answer? Very, very random answer, doesn't matter. What do you think? They will? Who? Okay, so if I am regulating one company, I am applying taxes for that. The company which does not have a CA will not pay tax. Kirana store, பக்கத்துல இருக்கு. Tea குடுக்குறார்ல, he has a CA va? He is not paying tax. He is not reading laws. Why are you reading laws? Simple. What do you think? Anyone? Why do you read a law? Let's forget CS. Why do you read a law? For you to comply to it. Yes or no? For you to comply to it. Does CS only have to comply to it? Or does everyone have to comply to it? Why CS alone are reading it? Why CMAs alone are reading it? They have a requirement to do it. Who gave you the requirement? ICI told in a syllabus law potra adana path. So if ICI does not decide, ICI tomorrow I become the central council member. I decide from tomorrow no income tax laws to be read in CA. Think. Anyone from the Zoom, what do you think? Logically used to parallel. Who? CSO. I can sign it. I'll give you the insight. I can sign a tax audit report. I will prove to them that this is true. But I cannot sign on anything where I have to tell the person to pay tax. Same logic. You know, you come to Kirana stores. The Kirana store is selling tea for you. There are some Kirana stores which are earning in crores also. You just don't know about it. Are they paying tax? Yes. Is CS helping them in it? Are you asking CS to sign something for you? Why? Then why is the Kirana store guy not reading laws? Why are you reading laws? See, someone will come and tell me, Rahul, CAs and CMAs are reading law because they have to tell you how to comply to it. Correct or not? Can you expect the science student guy to go and read Income Tax Act and read and how to derive his tax? Can you expect? If he is itself doing it, then what are you for? Correct, no? Why is your neighbor coming and asking you to file his return? Because he doesn't know. Yes, because you know. Because he doesn't know and you know. But is the intention only to that? Is the role of a CA only to help you to comply the law? You heard about Satyam scam? You heard about Satyam scam? Everyone? A 2006 big scam in Satyam. Yes? You know, the person, I think Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy was the person and his CA was also involved into this. I think it was PwC. I should not be telling names. Okay. Yes. So I think it was PwC and Narayan Murthy. Narayan Murthy was not sentenced to a much rigorous imprisonment as compared to the CA. The CA was put behind bars for lifetime. CA was put behind bars for lifetime. Narayan Murthy was given a lower sentence. Who created the fraud? Did the CA create the fraud or Narayan Murthy create the fraud? Narayan Murthy created the fraud. Why is the CA being imprisoned so long? So if I murder you, no penalty for me. But if my friend sees me murder you, but he does not tell anything, murder for him. Why is the alias being questioned so much as compared to the actual fraud person? I supported you in the fraud. Why is my imprisonment more than yours? So, okay, I am your CA. You have not qualified. You have opened a business. I come and tell you, pay 100 rupees tax. You come and say, I will pay only 80 rupees tax. What should I do? Can I go to the government, tell him, sir, that person is ready to pay only 80 rupees, sir. And the 20 ரூபாய்க்கு எனக்கு imprisonment பண்ணாதீங்க. Can you tell him that? Yes. Has all these questions ever come to your head before? Or you're still thinking, or you're like bored, Rahul? Bola. Are you all thinking, or are you actually bored? Thinking, huh? Give me one, anything, whatever it is. Anything logically, whatever it is. Why does one read law? Why does one read law? To comply with it. So is it the responsibility of everyone in the world to comply with it, or is it only yours? Then why is only you reading the law? Because you know income tax. You're going to know. What if I choose not to teach? You will also not know. They will also not know. World is equal. See, there's a reason why we are called professionals. Okay, the reason is anyone can comply with the law. Anyone can comply with the law. There is only few people who can understand the law. Can you tell me what is the difference? Following the rules versus understanding the rules. Today I go and I tell a science guy, you have received 5 rupees of income, pay 30% on it. What will he do? He will take his calculator, 30%, 1.5 pay pannidvaru. Has he understood the law? Who understood the law? Sorry? He calculated, no? He took his calculator. So I informed him that 30% has to be paid. Who understood that? I understood that. So the point is, people have this hindsight, you know. People think, Rahul, as a professional, you're reading laws because you have to comply with it. Sorry. It is not just enough that you comply with it, because anyone in the world can do it. Today you give an income tax. I can give my 187 pages to a science guy. He can read this book and he can also comply with it. Can he do something which you cannot? You are here to understand the law. And by understand, I just don't mean from the front end. What do I mean? How do you think Satyam was under a scam for such a long time and no one noticed? You think Satyam scam happened in 1 year itself? 1 year they decided crores of money to be gambled. Was it a year process? Every year's process, no? So many years they would have taken it. Why did it never come into the market? You know, if Narayan Murthy wouldn't have surrendered himself, no one would have known till now. Satyam scam was not identified. It was disclosed. Narayan Murthy personally went and he told the crowd that I have been gambling money here and I have been evading taxes and money. He was the person who voluntarily came and told. Other than that, no one would have known the Satyam scam ever. No one would have known the Satyam scam. Helped him all this time. How was it not in view all this time? How was it not in view all this time? I gave you the answer sometime. Because of the chartered accountant. Yes. See, the point is, no one can understand laws better than us. No one can understand laws better than us. Only when you understand the law can you not just help him the right way, but also the wrong way. That is the reason why a chartered accountant is given a more serious penalty than he had knowledge, he chose to use it wrongly. The person who did not have the knowledge was only trying to evade money. The person who was having the knowledge used his knowledge to deceive the public at large, and so Narayan Murthy was not given a rigorous penalty as compared to the CA, because Narayan Murthy was just cheating the public. CA was cheating his own profession and knowledge also. Yes, so the role of CA is not just to help him comply with the law, but it's also to understand the law and interpret the law. Understand the law and what is the meaning of interpret? What is the meaning of interpret? Communicating. Okay, so you heard about the story that there is a CA who's deaf and dumb. You've heard about it? There was a CA. He cleared along with me from Chennai only. He's a person not deaf and dumb actually. He's blind. The person is blind. He cannot talk also, and he's a CA. That person cannot communicate. So he's not a good interpreter. Huh? What do you mean by interpret? What do you mean by interpret? No? No one has ever heard the word? Sorry? Very good. To explain it in a detailed manner. When you read something, you should be able to understand and explain it to someone. Why? Simple. You've heard this term? What is the term? What do you mean by family? What do you mean by family? Yes. Who is a family for you? No, I'm actually serious. This is one of the definition under the act itself. We will go inside and you will know. This is the definition of the act itself. I'm trying to understand. Okay, we are opening lines right now. What is a family? Huh? Who is your family? Give me the. I don't want definition. 1 second. So father, mother, brother, sister, uncle. Uncle means which uncle? Father's uncle or so father's brother. Father's brother. Father's sister? Mother's brother and sister. Then your child is not your family. You don't like your child? Thank God, someone came in at least. Wife, most important. You forget her, you can forget your parents. You forget your wife, you're already gone. Yes, wife. Then. And a son, daughter, really. First, hey, close angada. Son and a daughter. Okay. Son's son, daughter. Daughter's daughter, son. Grandfather. Grandfather. Grandfather is father's father or mother's father? Okay. Father's father. Father's mother. Mother's father. Ido bad word pesra madri irukku. Then wife's brother, macha. Wife fully, family, na? Wife's family. Oh, one more definition. Wife's family. Acha. So wife's brother, wife's sister, wife's son. Wife's son is my son. So wife's grandfather, wife's grandmother also. Wife's father, mother. Okay. Cousin. Cousin is whose cousin? Mom's brothers, sisters, husbands, second fathers, everything. Huh? See, the point is, where do you put a stop to this? If you know the logic, we have all come from the same species. Technically speaking, we are all family. From sub-blood relation, doesn't matter. Yes? So that means every transaction we do with the world is a family member only. So no tax for anyone. So, how do you put a stop to this? Where do you draw the line? Will I say only mother and father are my family? Will I say mother, father, wife was also my family? Will I say mother, father, son, daughter also family? Or will I say I will include their brothers, their sisters, someone's uncle, someone's daughter? How do I put a stop to this? Family planning. What? दो बच्चे ही अच्छे. You'll put it in ration card. I will put in ration card. These are my family members. Who is deciding? See, when you can't decide it, who will decide it for you? Okay, family is not just defined in Income Tax Act. Every other act is also using it. Yes? So who's deciding it for you? When you can't decide it, someone has to draw a line. Who's deciding the line? The law is deciding the line. Yes? So when you interpret a law, and I'm giving you very seriously, family as a definition, when we go through salaries chapter itself. Which chapter? Salaries. We go through salaries chapter itself. There are 6 different definitions of family. 6 different definitions of family. In one salary which you get, they will come and say, for you, family means your parents and your child, restricted to 2. Restricted to 2. That means third child, throw him away. Third child, throw him away. Second family definition, they will come and say, I will allow parents, I will also allow your child, again restricted to 2, but if assume a situation, you are lucky, the first child which was born was a twin. First child born was a twin. And then you got another child. I will permit all the 3. I will permit all the 3. Alternatively, first child I got a single child. Second is a twin. Restricted to 2. Third definition. Parents, sons, daughters, brother, sister also covered. Fourth definition. Parents, son, if dependent. What is if dependent? When is the son not dependent on you? I am not dependent on my father anymore because I am earning. So parents, son and a daughter if dependent. Third, parents if dependent. Parents if dependent, son and a daughter whether or not dependent. Whether or not dependent. Which means if parents are dependent on you, that means if they are earning even now, they are not dependent on you. If they are not earning, then they are dependent on you. Yes, you are looking at one family definition, one family word, so many definitions. Who's giving it to you? The law is giving it to you. You think a science person will know what is a family? Who can do it better for him? We will do it better for him. So we are trying to interpret the law. So every time you read a section or a provision, you will have to go inside, look at a term, see if you know the meaning of the term. If you can understand the meaning of the term, good. If you can't understand the meaning of the term, the law will give you the meaning of the term. The law will give you the meaning of the term. If the law is not giving you the meaning of the term, if income tax law is not giving you the meaning of the term, you will go to what is other laws now? When nothing is defined, there is a special law called General Clauses Act. CA Inter, Karthik sir will take you through. There is a syllabus called General Clauses Act. If at all a definition is given in the section, read the definition. If it is not given in the section, read through the act. If it is not given in the act, Read. Reach out to Karthik sir. Reach out to Karthik sir. He will teach you General Clauses Act. Not even given in General Clauses Act. Not even given in General Clauses Act. Where will you go? Go to court. You will go to High Court every day. Sir, I don't know what is the meaning of the. If no one defines it, where do you go? Huh? If no one defines it, use established customs. Use established customs. Whatever is the market telling you. Over the years, as a traditional practice, who has decided what is the meaning of the term? That will be treated as a definition. That is why I told you, law need not be enforced. It is okay if it is customs and traditions also. Okay if it is customs and traditions also. I have a small video. I'm not sure if it will play, but let's see. Enjoy the video, it will be nice. Is it gonna play? I don't think it can play. It's playing somewhere. Where is it playing? That's it's playing. Fine. I think we can't do anything about it. We'll see it tomorrow. I'll give it to you tomorrow. It's a comedy video. Have you heard about a person called Kannan Gill? Stand-up comedy. Yes. So there's a video. In that video, he actually does not define law, but he tells you how to interpret laws. Yes. We will look at it tomorrow. It's a very, very nice video. Personally, my favorite, but we'll do it tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do it today. Yes. We have summarized law. Have you understood law with me? 10% at least. Yes. It is not the part of the syllabus, but it's still important because somewhere tomorrow, when you go and look at your junior or a qualified itself, you go and you talk to your qualified, you come and ask him first question, hey, law enada sollu. If he knows, then you know he's worth it. If he doesn't, then who taught you? Who taught you? Give my name at least. Unnecessary people. See. Who taught you? Rahul has given it to you. Yes. Quickly summarizing what is a law? It's a rules and regulations which has been provided either by way of an enforcement or by way of customs and traditions. If you comply to the law, no problem. If you don't comply to the law, there could be a possibility of penalty and prosecution. What is prosecution? Jail, imprisonment. Prosecution means imprisonment. There can be a possibility of penalty and prosecution if it is enforced. If it is enforced, if it is not enforced, then your parents will take care of you. Your parents will take care of you. Other than that, no implications. Other than no implications. What is the role of a CA? The role of the CA is obviously to comply with the law, but at the same time, understand and interpret the law. Understand and interpret the law. Yes, we have broken down one definition. For 1 hour we spent, we have broken down one small term. What is the next term? What is the next term? Tax. Very good. What is a tax? Have you heard about this term called tax? We told income tax. Income tax. What is income tax? What is tax? Sum of money collected by government for operations. What operations? Okay, then salary for government, that's all. Welfare schemes. This one, PM Cares Fund. It's not being used, that's a different story. But yeah, PM Cares Fund or any other welfare. Yes. What is the tax? Money collected by government. Okay. So only government can collect money. Again, coming back to the same example. Where does my pen go again? Coming back to the same example. You are in Akbar's rule. Who's Akbar? You are in Akbar's rule. Akbar decided today. He went to Birbal. Birbal, kal se we will collect 10 rupees tax from everyone. Birbal says, go ahead. Akbar tells in the crowd, from tomorrow you have to pay me 10 rupees tax. Is that a tax? Is that a tax? Is Akbar government? Huh? Akbar is government. So is government the right word or ruler is right? Is that a government? So today Taliban has come into picture. Taliban is still no. I think there is some rule in Taliban right now. In the airport and all, for one dish, I think you require 20,000 rupees. They are selling one dish for 20,000 rupees, and one bottle of water is around 6,000 rupees. Is Taliban the government? Is Taliban liable to? I mean, are we liable to pay that 20,000 rupees? Can we tell Taliban I won't want to pay? Is Taliban government? Or is Taliban the ruler? Have they established their presence? Have you accepted them as the ruler? They don't mind. Who don't mind? So if I don't pay to him, how will they get the money? You have an option to starve and die. That is the rate going on there. No one else is paying anything else. You can only pay 20,000 and get food there. No one else is paying any other money because all food is with Taliban only right now. They have the stock they have the hold on the stock. Can you call that as a tax? Yes. What is a tax? So much questions for one small word. I don't understand. Why are you wasting time now? Sorry? It's a tax if it is acceptable by people. Okay. I don't like paying tax. Who told you I like paying tax? You like paying tax, sir? Someone is coming and telling me, today from Incite I am earning 1 lakh rupees. Government is telling me 1 lakh rupees and all I cannot give you. 30% you pay to me. Will you pay? You will go. Take government here. Putrivingla. Is that acceptable? See, I am only giving counter questions because I want you to understand properly. Yes? So please answer. Please answer. Yes. Tax is something given to government for services rendered by government. Okay, same definition. Two things. Is tax only by government? Second thing, is services, what is the services? Okay. We are living in a society organized by government. Okay. Government. So government is the only person who can pay tax. I mean, collect tax. So Akbar cannot collect. Taliban also cannot collect. That is also. So simple. There is a famous movie, Rowdy Rathor, Vikram Rathor. There's a movie like that. There's a movie in Hindi, Rowdy Rathor, Akshay Kumar's movie. There is a movie in Tamil, I think, Vikram Rathor. Whatever that movie is. You've seen that movie? Yes, in that movie, there is one scene. They come out of the train. There'll be some local gundas. They'll sit near a stall. They'll say, whatever money you have earned, give me a portion of that for protection money. Give me money for that as protection money. Is that tax? Why, huh? Is that tax? He told, whatever you are earning, give me a portion of that. So which means he's asking money on the income. He's asking money on the income. Is that tax? No. Why? So local gundas are not the government, so they cannot impose. I thought government is people. Government resource people. Okay, so I am a CA. I one day dress up, pull a tie and put it. I go to Get a big shot name. Give me a big shot name in Chennai. Rajnikant's house. I go to Rajnikant's house. I go, I knock the door. Hello, namaste. Today, you think you have earned money. What last movie came for? Robot. Endiran movie. Endiran movie came. He earned some crores in that. Yes, I go, I knock his door. Sir, Endiran movie. Samya paninga sir. Devta ninga. 30% matto kuduthunga kaila. Kudthiruvara? Why? You told Gunda is not permissible because they're wearing wrong shirt and everything. Now I'm wearing proper shirt, I have tie and everything. I go to his house, I knock. Pleasantly I tell, all happiness, all of that. Me also not permitted, huh? No. Appo who's permitted to collect tax? Officers of income tax officers. Okay, that's a new term. So I learn income tax. I am into a company who's doing, I do income tax for the company. Can I be called income tax officer? Authorized by government. So basically government only can do it. So Akbar's Raj again, no one can do. Can Birbal collect taxes? Can Birbal collect taxes? On behalf of Akbar, he can collect. Fine. So see, all this we did. Answer is right. The understanding is very simple. Tax is a term used for getting a fee. What is it called? Fee. It's called a fee which is collected by the government or anyone in the form of a government. What is anyone in the form of government? Rulers. Anyone in the form of government. When in India you have a democracy, it will be done by the government. When it is a king's rule, it will be done by the rulers. So it is a fee which is being collected by the government or the local authorities. What is local authorities? Have you paid water tax, municipal tax? Is that government? It's a local authority. Your locality persons, they are coming and telling, if you are using water which is not just for you, it is for the world to use. You pay tax on me for that. So when you are collecting some fee as a government, local authority or a form of the government, that is called taxes. Who can collect taxes? Only government and representatives of government. Who told you that? Law. Which law? Constitution. Pudu word. Very good. Constitution. What is constitution? Set of laws. So income tax is under constitution. So it's a law of law. Actually gave the perfect answer. The answer is constitution. What is constitution? You would have learned it in civics. Government is of the people, for the people, by the people. Who is representing us? Politicians. Can politicians make the decision? Today government Modi comes. From tomorrow 1000 rupees and 2000 rupees is banned. He tells and it will become applicable. The moment he tells, will it become applicable? Who is doing it? He is only a representative of the government. The moment he makes a decision, that has to be formalized. Into a specific act which has been enacted for it. Monies and everything is being handled under RBI Act. So they will go and they will insert a clause under RBI Act to say that starting tomorrow, 1000 and 2000 rupees will not be functional in India. Same way, you have to collect Income Tax Act. Who will give you the power to collect Income Tax Act? Will give you the power. The Constitution will give you the power. Yes, Constitution was prepared at the time of independence. They prepared the Constitution. They came and said, I am giving politicians and people to have so and so powers for you to help regulate India, Constitution of India is like our Bible. It's like our Bible. Only if the Constitution permits you to do it, can you do it. If the Constitution does not permit you to do it, you will not be able to do it. Simple example, you have something called right to freedom, right to speech. Is that a traditional word or is it under the law? It is under the law. The Constitution has given you the power to have a right. On the contrary, you go to Taliban, they have decided that women should not wear proper dress, women should wear proper dresses, should cover their whole faces and everything, will not have a right to speech, Why is it so? It's because they have removed it from their constitution. So understand, you're reading Income Tax Act with me today. But for you to start with Income Tax Act, you should know where it started from. How did it start from? It starts from the power which has been given under Constitution. It has been given under Constitution. At the time of rulers, kings decided. If the king has decided, that is as good as a law. Starting today in a democratic world, it is decided by Constitution of India. The Constitution of India will decide what? What can a person do and what can he not? Yes. So the Constitution of India has decided that no tax can be collected by any person other than government. There is a constitution. The constitution under Article 245 has decided that no person other than government can collect or levy taxes, which means a local gunda is not permitted. Me wearing a suit and tie is not permitted. If at all I am a income tax officer, then it is permitted. The income tax officer, he has the power to do it. Yes, even if he comes at your home and asks you for money, you have to give it to him. Yes, it doesn't matter whether it is in suit or tie or it is in lungi and shorts. Because he has the power, he can do it. His dress sense does not make a difference. Understand, I told you, Constitution is giving you the power to levy taxes. Have they defined income tax somewhere? I told Constitution has the power to levy taxes. What are we reading? Can there be other form of taxes? Like goods and service tax. Next. Excise duty has been abolished, but yeah. Customs duty, okay. Value added tax abolished. Yes, so these are all type of taxes. You're looking at income based taxes here. Yes, direct tax and indirect tax is what you're talking about. Can there be other form of taxes? Today, Modi ji comes and says, world is not moving well. From tomorrow, whatever oxygen you consume, you have to pay 10% of that to me. Allowable, not allowable? Why? Why? Okay, so they say everyone pays standard 100 rupees to me every day. If tomorrow Modi ji comes and decides, let's say he formalizes it also. He says, भाइयों और बहनों, कल से जो भी तुम ऑक्सीजन लोगे मेरे से, उस पे लगेगा 100 रुपए का टैक्स. Valid, not valid? Valid, not valid? Not valid. Why? Sorry? It's a nature resource. Okay. So, this table was made from wood. What wood did he use? Trees. Nature resource, not nature resource. So, he told pay tax on me. இதுக்கு நான் ஜிஎஸ்டி பே பண்ணிருக்கேன். Permitted, not permitted? So why that permitted, this is not permitted? I directly sell the tree. When I sell the tree, can you levy indirect tax to me? Can you? Is that not a natural resource? Yes, we have 15 minutes. Tell me. Permitted, not permitted? Huh? What? Who says not permitted? Raise your hands. Who says permitted? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. What everyone else? None of the above. MCQ question. Option D. Correct? Huh? The answer is. It is permitted. It might be unconstitutional, but it's still permitted. What did I tell you? The Constitution has given the right to the government to. Did it define that it can only levy income tax? It can levy any sort of tax. It can levy any sort of tax. I don't know if this will open. Let me see. Perfect. It's opening. Can you see? We're going to look at some weird taxes. Yes, just to give you an insight that taxes does not have to mean logical taxes. It need not necessarily mean direct and indirect taxes. It can mean the weirdest of taxes. And that's why we are not into India right now. We are not into India right now. There are some weird taxes in India. We'll discuss it later. Let's go to foreign. What is the first tax you're looking at? You're looking at a weird tax called fat tax. Fat tax, which is levied in Japan. They've come and said that if you have weight more than 90 centimeters, for men having waistline more than 85 and women having waistline more than 90 centimeters, you have to pay tax to the government. So there, the intention was very simple. See, like I told you, taxes is for benefits of the public. In Japan, they made a rule that I want everyone to be fit. If I want everyone to be fit, you are not supposed to be obese. If you are not supposed to be obese, how will you agree to me? Today, if the government comes and tells from tomorrow everyone has to go to gym, what will you do? You will pay 1 year membership and come. Tomorrow you will not even go. Correct? When you pay 1 week membership, you will go every day. When you pay 1 month membership, no one will go. Same logic. If you go and tell the government that you have to go, if the government comes and tells you have to go to gym tomorrow, will you go? What is the other form he can do? He can levy money on you. So Japan come and said, I will levy fat tax on you. If you have a waistline more than 85, taxes for you. Taxes. Next one. I don't even want to read the name. It's in Ireland. This is applicable on farmers. The logic is very simple. When a cow farts, they have a special type of gas which is released, which is methane, which is actually harmful for the world. They've come and said that if you have a farmland, based on the number of cows you have, I will levy a tax on you. So that I can avoid global warming. Sounds weird, but it is there. And it is very much applicable. You're mandatory required to pay it. Next one. What is the name? Junk food tax, which means what? Every time you go to McDonald's, Domino's, you order a burger or a pizza, they will not just collect that money of the burger and pizza from you, but you'll also have to collect super tax on it. Super tax means what? See, you're going to pay GST on it. Are you going to pay GST on it? Yes. But beyond GST, you will also have to pay a super tax called junk food tax. Again, logic was to ensure fitness of the crowd. Next one. What is the tax? I personally cannot find a benefit from this. I don't know what kind of benefit you will derive from it, but there is a tax. Yes, this is the most classical example of your parents' example. What is that example? You cannot cut your hair and nails on Tuesdays. They officialized it. In Russia, where they came and said, I will not permit you to have a beard. This is a very long old tax where they came and said that at that point of time they wanted everyone to look formal. And if you remember your old grannies and all that, no one used to have beard and all. That was a tradition which we have established. Everyone was clean shaved. Yes, the day I come clean shaved, you will not even recognize me. That bad I will look. Yes, so the point is, that time also they were telling everyone has to look formal. So everyone who decides to keep a beard will have to pay tax to me. Yes. So what did I tell you? Tax definition is nothing but a fee. It's nothing but a fee which the government is collecting from you. Which government is collecting from you. This is useless. Forget it. What is the tax? English school tax. Bangladesh is one of the cities and countries which is known for its linguistic chauvinism. You've heard this term? Linguistic chauvinism means they have their pride on their language. They have their pride on their language. So they came and said, everyone who wants to learn in an English school, what is the logic with it? If you learn in English school, you'll definitely not like to stay in Bangladesh. Yes, it's called brain drain. Economics la padichiruveenga. What is that? Brain drain. You will learn from that country and then you will go and settle elsewhere. You will go and settle elsewhere. So they told everyone who chooses to learn from English school is definitely planning to leave Bangladesh and go. Before you go, you pay English school tax to me. You pay English school tax to me. The most stupidest of the sections. The most stupidest of that is the tax. The tax is called shadow tax. It is levied in Italy. It's levied in Italy. Look at it. It says restaurant owners in Conglio, Veneto ended up paying 100 euros every year if their sign casts a shadow on public walkways. Public walkways. This provision here was very simple. It came and said the persons who are traveling, they're trying to hide the traffic sign board. Traffic sign board, that's boards which you have, no? Go slow, school ahead. Go slow, school ahead. What is other boards you have? Drive only at 40 kilometers per hour. So they told whenever someone was standing next to it, your shadow was actually making it dark for me. Shadow was actually making it dark for me. The people were not able to read the sign and they were making excuses that I was not able to read the sign, so I was not able to follow it. I was not able to follow it. So they came and said, if you go and you stand next to it, you cast your shadow on it, immediately pay me a tax. Pay me a tax. Last is for the best. Acha, same, yes. We looked at shadow tax. We looked at so many type of taxes. Yes. So the term tax does not, what I'm trying to highlight here is that the term tax does not necessarily have to mean on income. Does not necessarily have to mean on income. Tax is nothing but a, it's nothing but a fee which you are paying to the government or government representatives for the benefit of the public. For the benefit of the public. What kind of benefits are we looking at? We have 5 minutes. Let's look at the benefits. Yes. What kind of benefits can government give to you? Why are they collecting taxes? For general public. It is going into politicians' pockets. It's not the concern of the, it's not the concern of the class. It's not the concern of the class. Whether it goes legally or illegally to politicians' pockets is not something which we are going to discuss. Today and going forward, we are only going to learn legal law. We are going to learn legal law. What happens illegally is something which you can discuss with me after the class. Yes. So legally speaking, whatever money you give to the government, will be used for public welfare. Give me some examples. Roads. Next. Like Parliament building. Okay. Parliament building. Next. Metro project. Okay. Maintenance of metro or creating the metro? Okay. Next. What are the welfares can you think? What do you think a government is giving to you? Medical facilities. Which government is giving? Acha, government hospital. Government hospital. Protection. Acha, defense. Very good. Best example, defense. Defense money comes from the government's pocket. Defense money comes from the government's pocket. Someone has written healthcare here. So healthcare is already covered. Yes. Defense is one of the highest paid expenditure for government. We spend the most of the money in defense. Whatever money comes from you mostly goes to defense. After that, a portion of that goes to healthcare. Goes to healthcare. Balance is what is used for infra. What other examples can you think of? Education. Government schools, huh? Okay. They are not providing any money to you and all for doing CA, no? You're not getting any money from government for CA, no? Next. Very good. Poverty line cases. Yes. Huh? What? Farmers. What benefit are you getting? I thought they are on Bharat Bandh yesterday. What benefit did farmers get? They didn't get, that's why they are on Bharat Bandh, no? What benefits are farmers getting? What, can you think of me an example? Loan facilities. Will bank give it or government will give it? Acha, NABARD scheme, huh? Fine. There is a scheme called NABARD scheme where they give loan facilities to the farmers. They'll give it at concessional rates. Whatever expenditure is there will be incurred by government. Next. For subsidies. For whatever reasons. We will learn this in detail. Subsidies is a part of our syllabus. We will learn this in detail. One more. The most crucial one. Fine. Ration shops. Next. The most crucial thing going on right now in the world. Disaster management. COVID relief, disaster management, paying to police officers and all that people, creating your PPE kit, free vaccines, disaster management. Yes. How does government fund? So we have 2 more minutes. Let's understand. You're using tax for using these benefits. You're using tax for using this benefit. Is government's only source of income tax? Or do they have other sources of income also? They have, like, both are taxes only. I'm asking, government source of income is tax, not income tax. Is government sources of income tax? Full stop. Or is there any other form of income? Huh? Part of tax. Next. Railways. So one sources of income. Railways is under loss. Task mark. See, now you got it. Task mark shops. Correct. Next. She got the answer. Understand, this is very simple, a very mock example, but simple. Okay. Today you want to buy something. First, suppose let's say today I want to go and I want to buy a Lays chips. Assume I'm in Taliban, so the Lays chips is costing 500 rupees. Assume it's 500 rupees. What is my first primary source of income? Where will I get the money to fund my Lays chips? First, I will go and open my piggy bank. I will get money from there. Let's assume I'm able to recover 100 rupees from it. I need 400 rupees more. Who is the next person you go and ask? Directly friends, huh? Next you will go and ask your mom and dad. Yes, you will go to your Annadata, you will go and tell him, Mom, I want to buy Lays chips. I don't want to pay junk food tax. Give me some extra money. She asks, how much do you want? You tell, I want 600 rupees. You want, definitely, yeah. You will come and tell, I want 600 rupees, although it will cost 500 rupees and you already have 100 in your pocket. You will ask 600 rupees. Correct. Your mom is smarter than you. She will only give you 250. Next. Friends. If you have lucky friends, your lucky friends will give you money. That will never be recovered by them back. That will never be recovered by them back because you will never give it back. Yes, but let's say a simple example. You get it from friends. How much do you want? I wanted 500. So friend are going to give me 150. Let's expand this. This is a micro level. This is a micro level. Let's come to the government level. Let's come to the government level. You're a government. You have to fund all these. Whatever we looked at. Whatever we looked at. You have to fund all these. Where is the first source of income for government? First source of income is their own earnings. Their own earnings. What is their own earnings? Taxes. Their own earnings is taxes. What they collect, they will use first. So their primary source of income is taxes. Next one. Next one. Directly here. Next one is government aided centers. Your government hospitals, your municipal places, all your railways, although railways is making losses. So all that government owned entities, who's the shareholder in that? In government owned entities, who's the shareholder? Government. So whatever profits that entity makes will go to government. So whatever government businesses are there, the next source of income is government businesses. So this is piggy bank. This one is mom and dad. Yes, your parents. Last case, you went to friends. Who is the government friend? Foreign governments. Who is government's friends? Obviously, next government, foreign government. So what you will do? You will take loans. You will take loans from other governments. It can either be from other governments or it can be from IMF, other places. Yes. So you will go to other centers and you will collect money from them. Nothing to be paid back. Correct? Most probably nothing to be paid back. If there is losses, you will have to fund it to be paid back. Same logic. Piggy bank, nothing to be paid back. Mom and dad, maybe to be paid back. Generally, they will not ask you, but sometimes some parents and all will take note. Some parents will take note and they will ask you back. Last case, friends, you're required to pay back. Whether you pay back or not is something different. Yes. So that is how a government also functions. We have spent quite a lot of time today. Understanding just the background of the course. We have not even touched income tax yet. From tomorrow, we are going to deep dive into income tax. I will show you some videos, some memes and all that. Enjoy the class and then we'll start with the syllabus also. Yes.